what's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in. Like always, smash that like button. Subscribe to my channel. Helps my channel grow. Also, follow me on my socials. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Follow me there. I post videos there. I post a lot of behind the scenes photos, updates, and things like that. So make sure you follow me there. Also, come join the community. Become a member. Join my Patreon page at SymCast Podcast /Patreon. A lot of perks for you guys. Shout outs for you guys as members. Some top tier uh, choices that you can choose from. Uh, yeah, I posted some custom things that I've done. Watch my previous videos. You can see some of the things that I've done. Like I have this available, the Superman ashtray. I have a flash one available as well. See how that looks. So, yep. Then been working on some things from for the Legend of Zelda, some custom figures and things. Like I made the shield for Link. If you can see that, see the details and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I did that myself. Also, I did the ocarina as well. See that? Yep. Also, we've been working on like Zelda. There's another one. Hand painted it myself. Add the details and the features to make her look more like more like Zelda from I believe it's Breath of the Wild. I think that's that version of her. And then also uh Dragon Ball. I don't know if you guys can see it. Number 4 custom Dragon Ball. Yep. Also glows in the dark. So pretty good feature. Like I said, for you guys that's patrons or also for subscribers that you guys would like to have these things, just go onto my page and go ahead and check it out. But for today's video, my chef talking reviews, I will be reviewing My Adventures of Superman. This show is a brand new show on Superman. It just been came out. It's been streaming on Adult Swim, but I believe that they after they air an episode there, they're gonna stream it to Max. That's where I saw it at. So far they got their first 2 episodes out, titled "Adventures of a Normal Man," Part 1 and Part 2. So for this video, I will be reviewing those 2 episodes and kind of breaking down the episode, uh, giving my thoughts on it, and then see what you guys think about this episode or both of these episodes. So let's get into part 1. If you guys haven't watched it, haven't caught up on this show, spoilers ahead, but let's get into it. First off, uh, part 1, it started off with a flashback to Clark, showing him when he's young, pretty much finding out or realizing the powers that he has when he was little. Like we all know that story when he's pretty much how he found out his powers while he was young, uh, growing up into a young man and then becoming Superman. So we get a glimpse of that when he's little. So we see him running, he, catching a car before it crashes. So you see that he's still a hero early on. So he realizes he has these powers and stuff. So you see him try to jump up and get his kite out the tree. So then we cut to the present. We see Clark wakes up. He's roommates with Jimmy Olsen. Uh, Another thing, let's talk about diversity too as well, because like in my other videos, I highlighted a lot of diversity that the DC comics and the DC universe basically, uh, love the show within their content. And this is one of the shows that they did uh, with the typical take of Jimmy Olsen. I see that they made him an African American, uh, like pretty much like the Supergirl, like that version uh, of Jimmy Olsen. And he was actually, an African American man as well. So, which is cool that we get the chance to see that these characters sometimes don't always have to be, um, canon to be one way or one race or one take on it, where you could pretty much have a variety, change things up a little bit, long as you still have the same core characters. I don't have a problem with it, long as the personality is there. So this Jimmy Olsen is fine. So, you know, just like Perry White, you see that he's the same way. Usually he's another race. They changed him in this one where he's African American. But we all seen in Man of Steel that I believe, yeah, Perry White was actually African American. So that's cool. Like I said, to see different takes on different versions of characters. They have the diversity on there, so that's cool with that. And then as well with this show, it's pretty much almost like an anime uh, version of a Superman story with the way they animate this show. Uh, I like how it looks. I like the look of it, the feel of this show. It's pretty cool. But yeah, but back to the episode where we see Clark and Jimmy. Uh, they getting up, getting ready for their job. I see they interns at the Daily Planet. Uh, as we see them heading off, we see Lois. She's already worked there already. So, typical Lois fashion. She's trying to get Perry to try to get her to break a big story, trying to convince him that she's, the best of the best. Because, right now at this time, I see that this story is like taking place pretty much before he became Superman full fledged, almost like where he started at the Daily Planet. So it's kind of early on. So she's still trying to get her name out there pretty much, and we get to see her story as well as we get to see Clark's story develop too, which is cool. So we see that um, she's finding out something about the military robots that came up missing, some kind of theft. She's trying to figure out like there's more to it. So she gets Clark, Jimmy to go, basically behind Perry back. Let's go figure this out. Like I said, typical Lois. She still want to figure out to find the big scoop on what's going on. So she take her two friends. They figure it out. They go find out where it's at. Find the trail that wherever these robots was at, they're not there no more. But we get introduced to Livewire, who is a part of this whole thing in the first place. Her gang is the one that stole these military robots, whatever these robots are. So we see her. Um, we see this version of Livewire. If you guys are familiar with some of these DC TV shows, you saw her on Smallville. I think that was the first live action version of her we got the chance to see. They show her sometimes, a lot in the animate, a lot of animated movies and shows they have. Um, so, so this is just another version of that character. So we see that she's behind it all. Um, so then we get a little fight scene when they get the chance to find out, put everything all together. They come to the warehouse where she's at, or where Livewire is. So um, pretty much a battle happens. We see that for some reason, whatever these robots came from, I think the people that were supposed to get them or something is not there or something. So it's like they almost stuck with these robots. So I believe in the next part of it, we'll get a chance to see what that story entails. But like I said, at this warehouse, we see this fight. She activate the robots. So now the robots are fighting the kids, fighting Lois, Clark, and Jimmy. Knocks Clark out, give him a chance to, become a Superman. But at this point, he's just pretty much a person that saves people. So you got to have a disguise to go help save them. So we see that, then pretty much stop everything. We see that scene where, uh, like he unlocked some kind of power that he had that was a part of the ship that was there on the farm. So we get to see that S emblem glow on his chest, and at the same time that it glows on the on a panel or whatever that spot is where the ship was at. So you get that cool scene. Like I said, this is a different version, a different take of this Superman. So I see they do things a little bit different, but it's the same story, so it's still cool with me. So you see that scene, they pretty much defeat the whole all the robots. The villains get away. Um, so now we see this person, Clark. He revealed himself as a savior or as a hero. So now Lois is interested to find out who is this person is. So she's going to make it her mission to find out Superman. Now we know that just like in the comics, in the movies, that she's the one that breaks the story to the world of who Superman is and pretty much give him his name because she just wants that one interview, and from that interview, it like propels her to become, that journalist that we know and love. So, but that was cool just to see that in the beginning. But that was pretty much that half of that episode. It was almost just like kind of showing you glimpses of his past, and then just showing us, uh, Superman as a young man and his build up into Superman, which was cool. We saw this take before when we saw on Smallville where they, you know, pretty much the Superman story where they showed him as an adolescent growing up to a young man and then ended up being Superman in the end. So, I love those origin stories. So I'm a fan of it. So I like it. But going into part two, almost like a continuation from the last. Here we see another flashback of Clark when he's young. Uh, he's finding out that he's not from Earth, that his parents that's been raised him is not his parents. So now he's interested to find out, okay, he's from this ship. He came from this ship, where he's from. They activate the ship. You see the hologram of Jor-El. So at this time, this is his first time seeing that. He don't understand the language that Jor-El's speaking. We all know it's Kryptonian, but since Clark at this time is young, he don't understand it, so it scares him. He pretty much reburies that site. Don't want to see it again. Now, fast forward to going into to the present, we see that now Lois, she's on that mission to get that to find out who Superman is. So, um, you know, now they now that Lois, she got a little taste of the little story that she had. Now that she created a little office for these guys, I guess like in the basement, we see a little water dripping down, and pretty much like the mail room a little bit down in the basement. But I guess this is for these guys to help investigate and pretty much put their heads together down here and come up with a uh, storyline and things like that. So it's cool to see that. So like I said, Lois is bent on trying to find out who Superman is. At the same time, you see Livewire. She's trying to figure out who is these people that's after her. Who is these people that's interfering with what she's been trying to do. So uh, we see the big reveal, or we see a reveal of, I believe that was, yeah, this is Slade that we get a chance to see for the first time. So this is this version of Slade, a little younger, but same mercenary. So she's thinking that the Superman that she sees is working with them, but later on we're gonna see that they don't know each other neither. So and also uh, going back to Superman, um, he finally comes home. He comes back home to pretty much let his mom know that it's time for him to find out where he's actually from now. So we get the scene where he basically unlocks the ship again. See that hologram again. But this time, something happened where some kind of power surges in him and everything. Where now it reveals a lot of the secrets from his past or his life of being a Kryptonian. We see the suit, but a lot of people have mixed reviews on the way that Superman got his suit. We all know the Sailor Moon reference where how she every little piece of clothing comes on her body. This is how she transformed. This is how Serena transformed into Sailor Moon. So, but since this show is an anime show, uh, different animation, I believe this is just they take on, or this is their version of how they feel that he's going to transform. I didn't have a problem with it. It was still cool because, like I said, long as we still have our core character, long as he's still Superman at heart, you don't change the canon of the story of where he came from, how he arrived to Earth, and how he became Superman. As long as you don't do that, you don't compromise that, I'm all right with it. You can add a little things and little personal touches to it, or a little change here and there for a different show, a different movie. As long as you still got that same element, I'm all right with that. So, see, he finally embraces that. So now, um, Livewire, she finds out that who these people are looking for her. Find out that this Superman is actually not working for them. That he's somebody else, and that these people are somebody else as well. So then we also see Superman. He finally see face to face with Lois. She pretty much gives him the name, you know, and at the same time uh, makes it her mission to get an interview. Then at the same time with this show, I see a lot of people say because it's almost like a younger version of this story. So there's a lot of, young antics and things. But we see glimpses of they love story, that they like each other. So that's cool because we all know that they're gonna build and they're gonna get there to be Lois and Clark, that love story that we all know. So that was cool to see all of that. So that's pretty much part one and part two of this episode or these episodes. So what do you guys thoughts on this new show of My Adventures with Superman? What are you guys thoughts on how this these two episodes is so far? What do you look forward to? What are you looking forward to for next episode and for this season as a whole? Comment down below. Like to know your thoughts. But yeah, but I don't know. The third episode should be airing in a couple of days. I'm gonna be doing my review on that as well. next video I will be doing, I will be breaking down the trailer, reading the synopsis, and just you know, just breaking down that episode before we actually see the full episode. So just make sure you stay locked into my channel for that. I thank you guys for tuning in to my channel. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate the support. Like I said, hit the notification bell so when I do post my videos, you guys will not miss out on it. Since Superman and Lois in for they season 3 already, waiting on season 4, I will be still doing my reviews and things on shows and movies. So this is just one of the shows that I will be doing reviews on again. So make sure you stay locked in for it. If you're a fan of this show and you're watching it, make sure you check out my review. So yeah, so if you're a fan of this show and you want to watch the episodes, make sure you stay locked into my channel for the review. So like always, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Till next time, peace.